we can. Okay, so this is basically our follow-up from Summit, which for those of you who were there, there's no words to describe. For those of you who were not there, I know you probably saw the vomit of Beachbody all over your newsfeed constantly. And hopefully it did something for you. Hopefully you got something out of all the pictures and everything, the parties and the dinners and lunches and all the different things we posted. But I really wanted this to be more of an open call for anyone who was there and anyone who wasn't there to kind of give like your feelings on okay, if you got a little bit of background noise, try to mute yourself if you can. All right, cool. All right, just to kind of give feedback, how you're feeling, like what your takeaway was, because I honestly can't pinpoint one single thing that I took away from because there was so much. I think I'm just going to go first and kind of give you a few things in my mind, just right off the top of my head. I don't have anything written down. I'm literally like exhausted. I feel like I've run into a brick wall. One of my best friends came to visit me yesterday morning, got home last night, like crazyville in my head right now. And she just left today. So, and just trying to get all the product, stuff out there without being way too spammy. I have nothing prepared other than for us to just kind of like bounce Summit, back and forth. I think one of the, Christine Dwyer, she's amazing. When she basically said to lead with a servant heart as a coach, that right there, is what we're about. It's great to have an amazing income and rank and all that stuff, but it's all about leading with your heart. And that's why she's where she is now, is because she's built a business strictly on leading with heart. And so that was a big takeaway for me. Janelle Summers obviously had some amazing tips on social media. She just, had so many great things. She is obviously superstar Diamond 3. She's doing something right. But a lot of her stuff, with just how to post and how many times to post and when to post and that sort of thing. Let's see. Of course, Chalene Johnson with the relationships with your spouse or your significant other, besides the have sex part, constantly she kept saying, have more sex, which was great. That's a great thing to say, right? But just the takeaway from that was that, we can have a successful business, but if we don't have a successful relationship with other people, significant other, then it's hard to have success without having that, so working on your relationships. Gosh, other than what we had, and, with our team, like building and bonding, which was priceless. You can't put words into that. You guys know we cried like 100 times. And because there's just so much love in this team that I can't even put it into words. So I'm going to shut up. I want someone to just tell me what was your top 2 or 3 takeaways from Summit. Share with the people who weren't there, and then we can kind of see what people that weren't there, what they took away from everything. So who wants to say something?
I'll go. There's a couple things that stood out to me. The Chalene Johnson presentation really hit home for me. It made me kind of look at myself really, really deeply, actually, because I was so not obsessed, but so active in what I was doing that I was neglecting my family, and it was a real huge eye opener for me. Just knowing that I really need to schedule my time out better. I think it's going to make my family happier, and I know it's going to make me happier too. So I'm not feeling so scattered all the time. So that was a huge thing. I've actually told Natalie this, but I've listened to that 3 times already since we saw it for the first time. I found it on YouTube, and I just keep listening to it. Another one that stood out to me, Lindsay Matway said, and I've heard people say this before, but it just hit home the other day. And she said, act as if you were a great leader, you were a top coach, and you were fearless. And that just kind of, I don't know, just made me think, if you tell yourself every day that you're a top coach, and that's, what your passion is and your goal is, you're going to eventually get there. You just have to believe it, or it'll never happen. So I actually put, you could see on my notes, a huge star next to that. So I don't know. Those are kind of the top two things for me. There's so much. It's hard. I'm sure there's a million other things in here, my notes, but.
Hey, Jennifer, what was the name of that video you said that you found on YouTube?
Okay. It's Anita Myron. I'm sorry, not Anita Myron. I have Anita Myron on the brain. It's Chalene Johnson. If you just search Chalene Johnson Summit 2015, but it was called Relationships Matter. It's amazing. I mean, it changed a lot of things in my mind, my mindset. So,
Thanks.
and it was funny. She's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, she's just one of a kind. She knows how to present, that's for sure.
Hmm.
All right, who's next?
Hey, Natalie, it's Ty. I'm not quite sure how to work this. It's my first time.
Welcome.
Thank you. How do I put my video? Can y'all see my video, or do I?
Well, yeah.
How do I share it?
You're good. Just talking. Apparently, are you on the phone?
No, I'm on my computer.
Okay. In the right hand corner, there's something you can click on. It says gallery view.
Yes.
Click on that, and you can see everybody.
Got it.
Here we are.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Hi.
I've been a coach for a year and a half, and I think this is my first team call, so I'm starting on the right foot, and hopefully Amber and I who's my wife, who is also a coach, we can alternate, because right now is baby's bedtime. So luckily he went to bed a little early so I could get on. This was my first summit, and it's what everybody tells you it's going to be like. It's full of energy, and there really are, if you don't take at least one thing away from it, I think you must have just been sleeping the whole time you were there. One thing that stuck out to me was in Carl Deichler's hour-long talk on Saturday's session. One of the first things he told us, and it is true, he says, don't be a salesperson. And we all know those people who are extremely salesy. Most of the time we clam up immediately. We don't want to be sold. And with that, he told us, and I'm looking at my notes here, he talked a lot about being curious. And what he said was, the more curious, the more helpful we can be. Part of that means to me is ask a question and then shut up and listen. Let somebody talk, and you'll find out so much about someone if we listen. And that was one of the big ones. And another one to me, because I'm kind of all about technology, was Janelle Summers was talking about, and it never occurred to me, because Amber will look at Facebook and we have the same friends, and I'll look at Facebook and our feeds look nothing alike. And it never occurred to me that the algorithms that they're using in Facebook, if somebody is not liking my post, it's not going to keep popping up in people's feeds. It's going to get lost. And so I'm pretty sure Chalene has social media type training. That's one of the first things Amber and I on the ride back were talking about. And I said, we've got to get on that and figure out the best way to use social media and keep our posts in front of people so it's not getting lost in the shuffle. Because truth be told, I've got a friend who sells Plexus, and I just unfollowed her on Facebook because, again, it's one of those salesy things. There's 6 Plexus posts a day, and I got tired of it. People know we're Beachbody coaches. If they follow us and see our post enough, they're going to know we're a Beachbody coach. We don't have to beat them over the head with it, and I feel that can turn people off if we're too salesy with it. So that's just my quick little blurb of what I took from it.
Yes, absolutely. I think that Chalene Johnson's training would be awesome. Anything that you can do with Chalene Johnson, her push, her push training.
Push training.
Yeah.
30-day push.
Is amazing. She knows what she's talking about. I mean, she's where she is in the guru for a reason. So if you struggle with Facebook, if you struggle with what to post, how to post, when to post, that's definitely something that you might want to look into. All right, who's next? We're growing again. I can unmute.
Okay, I'll go because Ori looks like she's doing something serious over there. I don't know what's going on. You're looking very focused. Like everybody said, there was so much stuff. We were all super sleep deprived, but it was so amazing the entire time. Like, you just can't soak up enough. And I bawled my eyes out the last night during the fireworks because I felt like summer camp was ending. And I didn't want to like leave everybody. And I never had that feeling at a work conference, like, ever. I'm always like, get me home right now. And we were like stretching the night out as long as we could on Saturday night. So you were like, well, I mean, you don't need an hour of sleep before you drive. It's totally fine. But the main things I think for me, Simon Sinek spoke on Friday. He was in our afternoon session. I was super jazzed to see him anyway because I love everything that he has to say. But his whole conversation really kind of went around leadership and looks to that. And one of the things that he said that really resonated with me, and I'm reading it, so I'm looking down, leadership is taking care of people in your charge. It's a responsibility. So when he said that to me, and to it wasn't just me, but it felt like just me, it really resonated with me. Like, we're here to always be at the center and the core of the people that we're working with, and it's our responsibility to make sure that we believe in them, we believe in the products that we are providing to them, and we offer that continued support, even if they're not sure if what we have is the best fit for them. So that was something that was really big for me. And the human touch, he talked a lot about the human touch and how important that was in conversations. And I guess if I had to pick one other piece, it was when Anita Myron was talking to us the next morning, and I was super jazzed to see her anyway, because I had these moments the entire time I was there where I was like, oh my God, there's Janelle Summers. Oh my God, I kept seeing people and having moments. And so when Anita was talking about how important it is to be mindful of the way you talk to people, like the language you use. You have to, again, believe in what you're sharing with people, because the power, she talked about the power of your tongue, and you can't go places where your growth won't take you. And again, that was kind of a moment where my head exploded momentarily. And really, every coach that spoke was so humble. They, even when Janelle Summers got up and talked after being, such a success story for Beachbody, she reminded us to always stay humble and always keep it at the core of people. And so you heard that no matter what. They said, don't get too big for your britches. Like, you have to make sure that you're focusing on the people that you're working with. So, and that's just a snippet. I mean, I can't even, like, it, you have to go. You absolutely have to be there. It was amazing.
All right.
Okay, I think I'm ready now. So this was my first summit as well, and although I am generally the unemotional one, like, I just don't cry for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure I cried like 5 times the whole time I was there. I kept trying to make videos to send my team, and I kept crying in the video and couldn't even finish. And I was like, what is wrong with me? This like never happens. So I've used up all my tear power and I'm good now, but like, it was like the best experience I think I've ever had in my life, like next to childbirth. It was really, really, really awesome. So glad I went. I was so excited to see people that I see posting every day, and I finally got to hang out and, just enjoy the bonding that happened. Me and Jeanette were like inseparable, and Ty and Amber Deal, they live like down the street and I still don't see them. So it was nice to hang out with them, you know. It was awesome. We miss you, Billy. But yeah, it was incredible. I have a few notes that I took down. Jeanette actually covered one of the ones I was going to talk about. You can't go places your growth won't keep you. But I thought that was a super thing to write down. And I also wrote, you can't take rank to the bank. Go from me to we. And I thought that was really important because I think a lot of times people focus on me. What can I do for me? And I need to get my Success Club points. And you start to forget that you're trying to change lives here. You're trying to, you know, reach as many people as possible. And it can't be me. That's when your business, it just doesn't expand. You're not thinking about why you started, you know, your real reason. So I love that because it just brought so many emotions and things that I know I needed to work on in my own business. And it's not so much the me versus we thing, but it was just other things that were said throughout the whole 4-day period. I mean, I cried the first day after certification because I saw pregnant people out there doing size and like there was like more pregnant people there than the maternity ward. I was shocked. And they were doing the workouts like, you know, it was no big deal at all. So, you know, I told myself, you know, that like there is no excuses. If there's pregnant women out here, cancer survivors, people with disabilities, every kind of story you can possibly think of was at Summit. And so, you know, I won't allow myself to have excuses anymore for whatever reason. And you know, I'm back with a fire lit under me that I can't even explain to you right now. So I'm like, let's do this team cup thing because I'm all like wired up and I haven't even had a boost of any kind.
Well, there was a plug right there. Besides Super Saturday, you need to go to Super Saturday, even if you went to Summit, unless, you know, like, Orion, I know you've got a wedding, you know, that sort of thing. But I mean, if you can get to Super Saturday, it's basically an extension of Summit, but it's also going to like help you apply what you learned. So don't dismiss going just because you went to Summit. If you didn't go to Summit, you definitely need to get to Super Saturday. Look it up, and I'll put it I'm going to put a post after this call. Well, after I've got another call after this one, but later on tonight, I'm going to put the Super Saturday like link. You can like search where you live and find your closest one. If you have to drive a couple hours, really, I mean, it's worth it. And you definitely need to get there. And then the Team Cup, get on a team. If you don't have a team, this post will hook you up with somebody. Team Cup is where I saw a post, and I'm going to put it on the group too. I think it's 14 times more Success Club points when you join. On average, that's you know, some number they put out there when you join a Team Cup, because it's joining with 4 other people. You're pushing each other. You have success partners for the entire month, helping you to, you know, help as many people as you possibly can. We've got size challenge pack. We've got the performance line, which is going to tie into a challenge pack. Obviously, everything else that we've got going on. So get on a team, and if you don't have one, then we'll hook you up. So, all right, there's the plugs. All right, who else has, I want to hear from somebody that didn't go, and, you know, kind of see maybe if you got anything out of all of our crazy posts of vomiting all over your newsfeed.
Real quick.
Yes. Hey, thanks for joining.
Hi. I see that Jen sometimes does like screenshots of all the people that are involved in this. Please don't do it when I'm here because I'm at work right now. And so before you do that screenshot and tag people,
Okay.
let me come out of this.
Okay.
No, but yeah, I think I just became a coach in March or April, just basically for the reason that Jen wanted me to be a coach. I didn't do anything. I didn't even realize the purpose of it. But I didn't write one thing down when I was down in Tennessee. I mean, I absorbed every bit of information that was spoken. It was a 10-hour drive back to Michigan, and I mean, I didn't stop thinking for 10 hours. So I took all the notes. Her and I have different ways of learning things, but hopefully it turns out into something for me. But I mean, she's sick today. That's why she's not here. She stayed home today from work. But yeah, it was definitely a great time down there. I learned it. I mean, I learned what the possibilities could be. That's all. That is all. It was a great time, and I think she talked about going to Super Saturday, but it's this Friday, and her and I both work until about 6:00, or next Friday, one of the Fridays.
Yeah, it is coming Friday. Well, I'm so glad you went with her. I know she appreciated support because that's big to have spousal support. So thank you for coming and going. And I foresee a power couple in the future for sure.
Well, that's the goal.
Yes, absolutely. So cool.
But like I said, remind me when you're taking that screenshot.
I sense the importance.
Thank you. I might be in the management team, but I don't think my managers would appreciate it.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. What else? Who else? We've got another, let's say, about another 10, 15 minutes. Do I need to unmute you? I'm sorry, Billy. There you go. I think you had some static or something.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what, I mean, because 2 years ago I went to Summit, and I know what everyone's talking about. I know what that feels like, and being at home and watching the streaming, I mean, maybe it wasn't a full effect of what you guys who were there was getting, but it sure felt like it. And you know, one of the things that really stood out to me on Saturday night with Christine Dwyer, you know, I mean, she was one of the first coaches that I actually messaged after a national wake up call, and she was so sweet in a reply to me, which, you know, I just felt, oh, you know, she's so busy, she probably won't even look at it and so forth. And it blew my mind when she did, and the response that she gave me. And when when Carl said that I'm surprised she hasn't won this before the CEO award, and when she came up there and said, be humble and always lead with that servant's heart, it touched me. And that's why I created that's why I made that picture up for everybody to use, because that is so important. And I actually sent that to her. I messaged it to her. And again, she came back and she said, thank you very much. She says, you don't know how much I really do appreciate that. And you know, we look at these top coaches as, we sort of put them on a pedestal, and you think, oh gosh, they're, you know, the top 10, they're not going to, you know, they do so much, they're not going to respond to you and things like that. No, they're going to respond to you because that's what got them there, and because they are servants, they lead with those servants' hearts. And you know, it's so incredible, you know, when you see the response that you do get from them. And then when Melanie Mitra was up there here it is, I mean, yeah, she's known, you know, since January, that she was the top coach, that we're going to have this celebration and everything. But do you think that she knew that all of her diamonds were going to go up there and jam behind her? Are you kidding? And, you know, and the tears that came out of her, you know, just when she said, I am a hot mess, I'm a mom, I'm you know, and this is just me, I'm nothing special, you know, but what does she say? And there is no reason why you can't be here. None at all. And, you know, those were my two biggest things, especially from Saturday night. And honestly, when those fireworks were going off, and I mean, my eyes were just swelling with tears. And I mean, what I did post with those pictures, I couldn't even really get the proper words out to really say what I was feeling. But I mean, I know what it means, and I know, you know, no matter where you guys are, always strive to be the best. Always strive to lead with that servant's heart, because that's what's going to get you to where you want to go.
Next year, you will be there. I have to drag your butt.
Well, I already got my ticket, so there ain't no. That's it. I think your mom's gonna drag me too.
Okay, so one of my biggest things too, I don't know if some of you do or don't know, when I first started coaching, my parents were not very supportive, and they've always supported me in my life for everything they've ever done. But when I decided to coach, one of the first things my dad said was, don't invest too much in what you're doing. And it like was a pain in my heart because I knew what I was doing was something I was super passionate about, and I loved it. And also, when I decided to leave my corporate job, they were like adamant that I shouldn't do it, you know, even though I'm in my whatever age that I am. I about gave that away. Although you can see it on my Facebook page. I don't know why. Anyway, they were like, oh my gosh, you're ruining your life. This is the worst decision you've ever made in your life. And it took up until I think till seeing Summit. My husband sent them the streaming link for Thursday night, and they watched it, and I actually got messages from them saying they were proud of me, and that the company that I was with was truly an amazing company, full of integrity, and that meant, I mean, I can't even like put into words what that meant, because it took 3 years for them to finally come and say, you did the right thing, you know? So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So,
Why you have to go make me cry again, Natalie?
because that's what I do. I know. So that's,
Hey, Natalie,
yeah.
I got something else that I brought back with me that not quite as important as the words, but guys, y'all seriously need to try this stuff. This is the Energize. My wife and I aren't supplement people, but we took it before the super workout and went 21 hours without sleep, and probably could have gone another 5 or 6. This stuff is legit.
Yeah.
So that's all I got to say. That get the sample pack and just try it. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it really is. The whole line is just really awesome. The post workout, as far as like soreness and stuff, it really lessens the soreness. The casein overnight, my husband is infatuated with. The hydrate just kind of adds a little bit extra to your workout too. But I've always loved E&E, but the Energize takes it to a different level, and it's not nervous energy. It's clean. It's Ty, I mean, if you want to kind of tell how you feel, I mean, because it's not like you have jitters or anything. It's just great energy.
Yeah, because I mean, I'll be honest. I've had Red Bulls in the past. You've had Monsters in the past, which, as we all know, those are full of a bunch of crap, anyways. But it's kind of like Carl explained to it on, I guess it was Thursday night. You kind of start to get this little tingle in your fingers. You know it's working, but your heart's not racing like it is with all that other stuff. And you get that extra peak of, I think that we did, the first time I took a full dose was before MMX with Tony. 45 minutes of MMX. I could have worked out probably another hour just with the energy that I had. And we were running off of 3 hours sleep, I think. But it's even keel all day. I never felt my heart racing. I never had my hands shaking, which sometimes even with too much coffee, you feel like you got the jitters and you're shaking. It just, I knew I had more energy, but it wasn't like just had a major jolt in me and was just bouncing off the wall. It was a good kind of energy. To the point that after Amber saw how well I was running all day long on it, she goes, I think I'm going to have to open my sampler pack up for the super workout. She opened it. She said the same, because she was dozing. Well, yeah, some of y'all probably may have seen the photo. She fell asleep on me on the bus on the way back one day, and she goes, I'm going to have to take Energize next day. She ran perfect. Super workout all day long through seminars, all the way until I think we finally went to bed 1:30 the next morning after getting up at 4:30 for the workout. So she's on board with it as well. So we're probably going to be ordering the bundle packet very, very soon.
There's a webinar that the creator basically goes through every single thing with the performance line, and talks about the science behind it and, you know, what's the way that it is and, you know, top of the line. So I'm going to get my hands on that and also post that in the group or probably put it in the file section. But it makes it a lot easier to understand, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to tell people, you know, the reason why it does what it does, the science behind it. And if you can watch that several times and kind of get it in your head to where you can kind of share a little bit better about the product, because, you know, you need to know kind of what it is. So I need to write all this stuff down that I'm telling you I'm going to do. Okay. Anybody else? Anything else to say? Jesse, do you want to leave? So we can take a picture.
I had a question.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, while on this call, someone messaged me. She's interested in size, and she wants to know how that compares to Zumba. And I've never done Zumba before.
I've done Zumba before. I don't take this the wrong way if you've done Zumba, because I know, well, Christy's not on here. I know she's big into Zumba. I feel like Zumba's a little cheesy. Don't hit me or whatever. I feel like size is like actually like getting down, like, Orion, come on. I mean, you know, like, it's good stuff. It's like good dance moves. Like, you feel like you could go to a club and do these moves versus let's put on my little skirt that's got the charms, and that sounds really derogatory. I'm sorry.
No. Zumba is more like using your hips and like kind of wiggling your hips and doing that kind of stuff, whereas I think size is more hip hop street dancing, if that makes any sense.
Okay, that would be because she likes Zumba, so I don't want to like.
It's Zumba's fun. If you like dancing, I think she'll like size. If she likes Zumba, she'll like size.
Just tell her it's 30-day money back guarantee. Don't worry about it. Try it, and if you don't like it, send it back.
Dang.
Billy is plugging that 30-day money back guarantee.
Carl would be proud.
Yes, really. Go, Billy.
Oh,
gosh.
let's see. Every time I forget how to do this, does somebody want to do a screenshot? No? Okay.
I could do it.
Oh, I did it. Okay, on the first try. How about that? All right, everybody smile. Oh, we lost somebody.
You're like, no pictures.
Okay, well, we can keep going for a few more minutes if anybody has anything. If not, I don't want to, you know, take all your evening. So
I just want to say how awesome it was to finally get to meet everyone in person. I loved hanging out with everyone. It was so much fun.
yes, it was.
So everyone who's in Atlanta, if you guys have another girls' night, you better be inviting my butt.
Hey, what about me? I'm in Atlanta.
Yeah, all of us.
That's true. That's so true.
All right. Well, I just want to say one more thing. You know, I thought about it. You know, and I saw Lindsay Matway. She left on, I think, on Saturday to go to Summit. Shay left on Friday, I think, and went there to Summit. And of course, Natalie always goes to the airport, and then she gets up and flies there on Tuesday. And I sat there and I said to myself, you know what? I'm not going to run to Summit next year like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm planning on being there on Tuesday, if not Monday. I'm going to enjoy it, relax, see where I can help, you know, wherever and whatever. But if you can, here it is now. We got, 373 days. So we got 373 days to plan it. Plan a vacation. Plan the time. Okay? So
if you need to put $10, $20 a month, whatever, put the money aside. You know, it's going to cost you money. It's an investment. So put the money aside. And you know it's coming. So just like my husband tells his fantasy football people every year when it comes time to pay their dues, and they're like scrounging, oh my God, I've got to pay this money for this fantasy football. really, because you know it's coming, right? So
Right. It's coming. Be ready, when it hits. And then that way you can enjoy people and you're not tired getting there, you're not strung out, you're not stressed because you're leaving work. No, just plan it now and let's all enjoy everything together up on that stage together.
that's right.
I told Jeanette, I was like, next year we will be walking in the Diamond Parade and have exclusive seating on the floor level and not up in the bleachers at the top of the stadium. But yeah, so that's my goal, is to be down at the bottom and walking in the Diamond Parade. So,
That's some
fingers
purpose.
crossed.
We got this. I'm just saying.
Nothing's stopping you.
There you go.
Shelby, what'd you get out of Summit?
Yeah, you're quiet.
I'm like barely keeping my eyes open right now. Basically that should have been there. Other than that. I'm like, man, really? I don't know. So I already bought my ticket and hopefully we'll get our hotel room situation figured out. I don't know, that terrifies me. But yeah, just basically that I should expect more out of myself, I guess. I keep thinking it's not possible, it's not this, it's not that. Lindsay Matway actually used to be my upline coach. I left that team, so it's interesting to actually hear her talk, and I feel more comfortable with the team, if that makes any sense. So seeing you guys and seeing everybody, be a family just like we are on here, it just reminded me that, I do have the support system I need and I do have everything that I need, and, to really start expecting more out of myself. And, it is possible. And for the longest time, I thought it wasn't. And so, I don't know, it just overall just gave me that hope and that drive to be like, okay, yeah, you can do it and it is possible. And just, I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling. I'm sorry.
Not at all.
No.
I love it. That's awesome. Really.
You just paid your rent. I'm just saying.
Yes, for the first time ever, I paid my rent just off of Beachbody, so I feel like I'm getting somewhere.
Yay!
Yes. Oh my God. So Jeanette was sharing that with me, and I'm like, why did I know that? To share that kind of victory. That's freaking awesome.
And so my goal is to pay for my wedding next October now, so we'll see.
Oh my God, that's huge. You got to share that stuff. That's stuff people can relate to. I honestly don't know that people relate so much to, oh my God, I made $20,000 in 1 week. That's okay. You can do that. But people relate more to, oh my gosh, I paid my rent. I paid my grocery bill. I paid, my car payment. That's relatable. That's what people are drawn to. I can do that. I can do that. I can't do that $20,000 a week, but I can pay my
Well, what about Daniel Natoni? What's part of her story? Where
the first time she was able to put gas in her tank and not
exactly. So people relate to that. Use it. Use it to help somebody.
Shelby, I saw her and I was like, I need to take a picture with her, but I do not want to bother her on her private time. I had no problem doing that to Kurt Curb Street. Thank you, Ty. But yeah, it's great.
I seriously think that would be my problem at Summit. I would just see people and just be like, and just run.
That was me the entire time.
I did, and I didn't feel bad at all.
You were like, oh, that's great.
I told Autumn, I was like, so I just have to tell you, my 9-year-old wants to know why if you like your bonus workouts so much that you don't do them. And she was like, because I'm helping people. I said, that's what I told her. I was like, what I had to tell you? She said that because I thought it was funny. She was laughing. It was funny. Like, she's got kids. She'll understand.
It's funny.
It is funny. It's fun to meet the trainers because they're so down to earth, and they'll talk to you and take pictures with you, and it's just such an awesome thing. So
I did really, and I know this isn't like a big speech, but I did, as always, love Sean T's talk after his workout. Like just how he always gets so heart to heart, and he has just such a great story. Every time I hear him talk, I'm like, I'm crying and I'm at work. What am I doing? I actually had to stop listening to his podcast at work because I'd always end up crying. People are like, what is wrong with you? But,
Oh my gosh.
but I'll be there next year, so
awesome.
I can see Shanti in real person.
Yes.
And you'll be going with me to work out till like 5 a.m.
Yes.
We'll be recording videos for other people.
Just don't make me do Pio.
She was hilarious. She was freaking hilarious in Pio. Like, seriously. It was amazing.
What's wrong with Pio?
I don't know. I just can't
Okay.
do it.
What do you mean? Wait. Have you tried?
Yes.
Well, what do you mean you can't do it?
It's not her jam.
Mhm.
I mean, I've maybe fallen asleep on my mat on the floor. Like,
Hey,
Or
everybody,
do not encourage your
everybody.
No, I know, but and seriously, when it first came out, I thought to myself, gosh, I'm gonna try it. It's Pio, Pilates and yoga. Like, really? Are you kidding me? But I mean, everybody that all of the coaches, all the ones in the test group, everything, they were pleasantly surprised with the program, and when you see the results, it's incredible.
I learned to really like it when I was doing 3-day refresh. I did all those workouts because I was like, it's not going to be obviously my crazy intensity. So now I've actually started adding at least one workout in a week to be more my like stretch and my recovery. And I don't know if I could do the whole program, but one day maybe.
You never know.
Sculpt and then talk to me when your leg goes numb.
I will. I'll call you afterwards and be like, I hate you.
That was crazy.
See, Jeanette, I'm not the only one.
Oh, blah, blah. Whatever. The music in Pile Live is amazing, is it not, Jen? Like, it's fantastic.
She worked us. That was hard to work out. I was having a hard time keeping up, actually.
She's like, you can't do yoga and Pilates to Jay-Z, but you can do Pio to Jay-Z. And we were like getting down. Like, it was,
Oh, that's cool.
It was
It
good.
it was
When we
good.
first got there, she's like, don't think I'm going easy on you. I'm going to kill you today. And she did. It was hard.
So did anybody actually get size? I feel like that's a dumb question, but 1, 2. Okay, just kidding. That was a dumb question then.
I'm ordering mine tonight.
Yeah, it's on my list along with everything else they decided to come out like at the same time.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I can't hammer
you keep pouring out for the supplements. Crazy.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get the supplements.
Natalie, what's the pricing on the supplements?
Go to FAQ. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Because
Okay.
it varies on they're different.
There's different
sizes are
bundles.
different.
Yeah,
I
there's
think the
bundles.
least expensive one is the creatine.
Are you talking about the performance line, or are you talking about the boost?
No, performance line.
Oh.
Oh.
I think the coach price, one thing that I remember bundle wise is if you get Energize, Hydrate, Recover, and Recharge, they're bundling it for customers for $200, and I think the coach price is $150.
Now, does anybody know how long that supply should last?
To a month.
1 month?
A month.
Yeah, because Energize, this is the way the dosing goes. Energize is if you're 160 pounds and less, you use 1 scoop. There are 40 scoops worth in the container. Over 160, 2 scoops. So, guy my size, I'll get 20 servings out of it. But if I'm doing T25 stretch, I'm not going to use Energize for it. If I know I really need to bring it that day, is when I'll dip into that. Hydrate is based on the length of the workout. 30 minutes, 1 scoop, 62, 93. I can't remember how many scoops there are in that container. Recover, Recharge, it's 1 scoop, no matter what your weight or any of that. And I think there was 30 servings in those. So those would get you a month. You're energized if you're working out hard every time. You're not going to get a full month out of it, but it's pretty close.
Okay.
And apparently the way Energize works, sometimes you get kind of used to a supplement, and like for eating after like 2 scoops, you're kind of like, okay, I need another one. Maybe I need to like snort it, or
You've done that before, haven't you, Natalie?
But apparently the more you use it, you don't have to keep like putting more and more and more. The science behind it is that it's going to be like, it's not going to drop down. If that makes any sense. But because you can get used to certain supplements, but the way
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I didn't read the instructions on the back when I took it for the first time before PlyoFix Extreme, and I took 2 scoops. And I was like flying. Ask Orion. I was like doing burpee tuck jumps like no one's business.
I'm standing in front of her and I'm looking under my legs so I can see her, and I was like, how is she doing this right now? Because I'm dying, and she was just like, like she was quiet. I'm cracking up looking under my legs. It wasn't until afterwards she was like, I took it and it just got me like, oh, and I was like, that is hilarious. I need to take some.
That's awesome.
I read
Testimony.
This morning I read the back and I was like, oh, I was only supposed to take 1 scoop. No wonder.
Gosh.
Well, I need to hop off because I'm getting on the Atlanta market call for Super Saturday now. But
Why are you cheating on us?
Right.
what's for Atlanta? Super Saturday.
I love you. Virginia, I'm not really jealous. It's no big deal. No big deal.
So, okay. Well, thanks for getting on. And I'm going to put the recording up once it's uploaded. So, all right. Orion, I'm just trying to see her. All right. Love y'all. And I'll see you next week.
Bye.